Hi, welcome to Cien News. My name is Luke Lin. Let me share the latest school news from Zhanghua County, Taiwan. We'll start with a report about the visit of the new United States Regional English Language Officer to Zhanghua County. Working for the U.S. Department of State, Mr. Thomas Santos is currently responsible for promoting the teaching and learning of American English in South Korea, Japan, and Taiwan. Now let's listen to his message.
My name is Thomas Santos. I'm the Regional English Language Officer for Japan and Korea and Taiwan. And this is my first visit to Taiwan. The reason for this visit is to meet different people who play a role in English language education in Taiwan. So I'm meeting with administrators, university people from different departments and ministries of education. And so this is my first visit so I can get to know where English language education is in Taiwan. My job, my position is to coordinate outreach programs through English language education in Taiwan and Japan and Korea. So what I am is a resource to teachers and administrators here for programs, for teacher development, and for materials and material development as well.
On the morning of December 13th, Mr. Santos visited the Zhanghua County government along with Ryan Roberts, the director of the American Cultural Center of the American Institute in Taiwan, and Ms. Rui Xiang Wang, the center's cultural affairs specialist. They received a warm welcome from the county's deputy magistrate, Patrick Lin. Mr. Lin, once the director of the county's Department of Education, has been very enthusiastic about promoting English education. He believes that acquiring good English skills is essential to success for our next generations in this global economy. During the meeting, he asked Mr. Santos for his professional advice concerning English education. He also sought the support of Mr. Santos in finding free, accessible learning materials for our students and teachers. Mr. Santos generously promised to offer as help as he could. After the meeting, the three visitors went to Qiaoxin Elementary School to visit the county's International Education and English Teaching Resource Center. The CITRIC currently hosts the only English language fellow program in Taiwan. Mr. Santos wanted to see how the program was organized. He was pleased to hear that the English language fellow Ellen Myers has been widely praised for her contributions to English education in Zhanghua. After a brief talk with the school principal, Mr. Xiao Shengbin, he said in a workshop that Ms. Myers has organized to help local English teachers learn how to use Learning A to Z. Learning A to Z is a program that aims to give teachers the resources they need to reach every child. This program establishes individualized lessons suitable for all developmental levels. With the support of the new Relo, Mr. Santos, and the professional assistance of the English language fellow, Ms. Myers, we expect that English education in Zhanghua County will continue to improve. Next, I'd like to introduce an international volunteer to you. Jerry Begwa comes from the state of Wisconsin in the U.S. His wife is from Beidou, Zhanghua. For more than 10 years, he and his wife visited Taiwan and stayed in Beidou for a month on vacation. Whenever he was in Taiwan, Jerry always volunteered to teach local students English. Last year, he started to participate in Zhanghua County's Skype session project and visited several schools in Zhanghua. Many students enjoyed talking to this kind and patient gentleman. Now he is retired from work. He just arrived in Beidou, where he and his wife own a home to escape the cold, snowy Wisconsin winter. I talked with Jerry about his experiences as a volunteer. Let's listen. Hi Jerry, welcome back to Taiwan.
Thank you.
It's great to see you here.
It's good to see you.
When did you retire and how do you enjoy your life after retirement?
I retired April 27th of this year, and I enjoy myself after retirement. I have time to do the things I want to do. My wife says I'm a much better person after retirement.
Could you tell us a little bit about your life in Taiwan now?
I am here for the winter because the winters are much more enjoyable here than they are at home. I have free time on my hands, so I am willing to still teach English and help the students here if possible.
About 9 years ago, you started to volunteer to teach students during vacations here. What was it like to teach our kids here?
It's quite interesting for me teaching here. I have never been a teacher before, so having a class was a very new experience to me. Fortunately, 2 of the students I knew. They were my nephews. So 2 of the students in the class I knew. Several other students I had met before, so I was not teaching strangers. It was very interesting and entertaining for me, and I hope the students enjoyed it.
Last year, you started to talk to our students via Skype to help them learn English. Could you share with us your experiences and tell us what benefits students can get from this project?
I'd be happy to share my experiences with that. I think the students can learn that it's easier to practice talking to someone in a foreign language on Skype than it is face-to-face. There's not as much pressure. Also, it's a chance to practice what you're learning. Now, again, I hope the students enjoyed the sessions. I always did.
What benefits they can get?
Benefits, simply practicing using the English. If nothing else, simply to do that. Also, they can learn that most of the people in the world, whether your language is the same or not, the people are the same. The cultures might be different, but the people stay the same.
I know you also visited schools here, but school visits are very different from Skype sessions. And when you talk to the students here in person, what did you observe?
Always more enjoyable for me to stand in front of the students and talk to them. When you talk to them on Skype, sometimes you can't see a really good response when you're talking to the students. When you talk to them face to face, occasionally you will see a student that gets it. You can see the light go on. They know what you said. They understood it. That's the enjoyment for me of talking face to face over Skype.
Students may be too shy to talk in class. And what happened during their breaks?
After the breaks, when they're out of the classroom, oftentimes the students will come up to me and ask a lot of questions because they don't feel the pressure outside the classroom that they do inside the classroom. It's a much safer environment for them. And the questions can be long. That's also very interesting. It shows the students they may have been nervous at the start, but after the end, they're not nervous anymore and they're curious. They want to learn something. I always enjoy that.
You are studying Mandarin Chinese, and as we all know, it's not easy to learn a second language. Could you share with us your experiences about how to improve?
Yes. I would say the most important thing to remember when you're trying to learn a new language is do not be afraid to try to use it. When I speak Chinese, I know I will make mistakes. I don't care. I am willing to learn, and if I have to make mistakes to learn, that's part of the deal. The students that are learning English, you're going to make mistakes. Don't worry about it. If you don't make a mistake, you'll never learn.
Thank you for sharing with us your experiences. Thank you for coming to our show.
You're welcome. I was glad to come.
That was Jerry Beckwar, the kind volunteer who enjoys helping our students learn more of the English language and about American culture. We really appreciate what he has been doing for our students. Next, while a large portion of the world's population is enjoying the Christmas season, most people in Taiwan do not understand the cultural practices associated with these holidays. Even though the kids here are taught to sing the popular White Christmas song, they have trouble imagining what it is like to have a white Christmas. You cannot blame them. Living on a subtropical island, most people in Taiwan have never seen snow. To help our students get a better understanding of how people celebrate Christmas and what it looks like to have everything covered with snow, our volunteer Michael Deschenaux used his camcorder to show us snow and some of the cultural practices associated with Christmas in America. We'll leave you with his video clips. Until next time, goodbye.